Greetings from Southern California. I am Dr. Emily Letran, speaker and high performance coach and practicing dentist. Been practicing for more than 28 years in Southern California with two multi specialty group practices. Welcome to another part now today where I'm interviewing another of our influencers in the healthcare industry. But first, I just want to take a moment and talk about the program that we're launching, Doctorate of Healthcare Business. This is a program that will close the gap between clinical expertise and business excellence. So I'm just going to share with you a couple of slides. It's a program founded by Dr. Keanu Shah, and we are embodying that movement of doctor to doctor. Um, Learn one, do one, teach one, and sharing and collaborating with all the insights, knowledge, and strategies to help run our businesses better. This is a collaboration between multiple verticals in the healthcare industry: medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, philosophy, optometry, chiropractic. I'm going to run a quick video here that will highlight the faculty of this program.
Dr. Emily, there is no sound in the video. You might like to stop and share again.
There's no sound? Okay.
Yeah.
We just tested it. Okay, let's try again.
When you share on the bottom, click share sound.
Wait. Mm.
You need to stop sharing and share again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, stop sharing. And go share
And
again.
check that box, share sound.
Okay. Okay. I apologize for that. Let's see if we can start over. How do I start over?
And click on that mute button, unmute.
Okay, and then our program has three different tracks. The financial track, which is personal finance, cash flow, debt management, and then going on to innovations, holding patterns, investments. The business administration is on how to run your business, the actual business systems, how to talk to patients, how to deal with staff, how to do marketing. And then the research component is actually preparing and defending a thesis. And this will open doors if you want to go on and teach in academics, or if you want to go on and work with different corporations. This is a sample of year one with semester one. You can see that two tracks running concurrently: finance and business administration. We'll spend 4 hours a week. Everything is online. And by the end of the program, you will be highly sophisticated, highly prepared to take on any kind of challenges in your business. We also have scholarship programs where you can apply to get scholarship to this particular program. Here's a quick picture here of all the faculty again that was highlighted in the video. You can see that even with the faculties coming from the United States, we come from different backgrounds, and so it's the faculties from, it really is a global faculty teaching a global program. This morning we actually just launched our book called Doctor to Doctor: Success Strategies, Elevating Your Business and Personal Life, and I'll share the link in the live chat. So I would love for everyone to pick up a copy of the book. So join us as drhb.org. Find out options about financing. We have third-party financing. We have in-house financing. You can schedule for a meeting to ask more questions. And obviously, you can also apply for scholarship. So now it is my honor to introduce our speaker for this morning, Dr. Nathan Ho. Dr. Nathan is a dentist, speaker, entrepreneur, and innovator. He is the CEO of EnvisionStar.com, which is a review and customer engagement software company. He helps business owners become even more successful by increasing customers and excuse me, by increasing customers and revenue for their business. Uh, he believes that when you're more successful, you will have more options and freedom in life to engage in meaningful projects and do all the things that you love. Whether it's your talent or your wealth, the more you have, the more you can give and contribute to society. Dr. Nathan Ho, welcome to the Podina this morning.
Hi, Dr. Emily Lee Tran. It's an honor to be on here today.
Good. Well, we actually know each other fairly well. Some of the friends on Facebook would message me and say, is Nathan actually your brother? Because I always call you younger brother. And I'm like, yeah, sure. We don't have the same last name. We don't even look alike, but yes, he's my brother. So I know you're an excellent entrepreneur and you're involved in a lot of projects, and you're a dentist. You have two practices with your another doctor, Dr. Chung Do, as partners, and you have a lovely wife and two wonderful boys, very, very, very active boys. So tell me, what made you decide to do something beyond dentistry? Because I know we're going to talk a little bit during your presentation about your company Envision Stars, but what was the trigger? What was the one thing that, if you could remember, that you felt, you know what, I could do more than being a dentist?
Yeah, so I will share a little bit of my story in my presentation in a little bit, but I've been out for about 12 years. And when I first graduated from dental school, I struggled in business just like many new practice owners. And one day I read an article from the Dental Town magazine. It was written by Dr. Howard Farran about on Google reviews. And after I read that article, I realized that our online reputation is so important for our business, because even though we have a license and we're great at what we do, but if no one knows about us, then they won't come in, right? I remember one day I had a patient on my schedule, and back then I was so excited just to see any patient, because every patient was the lifeline of our business. And 15 minutes before the appointment, that patient called and canceled. Later on, I realized that she was on her way to our practice, but she went on Google to look for directions to our office, and read a negative review about one of the experience that another patient had, and she turned around. So I felt disappointed, and I realized that our online reputation is so important. And so after that, I focused on getting a lot of Google reviews, just like what Dr. Howard Farran recommended in that article. And after that, our business took off. Oh, your microphone is mute. We can't hear you.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. So that's what helped you realize that that's very important, right? The part about, it's the business part, and it's the part about your image, your reputation, that people who don't know you will tend to look for it and judge you, right? Just from the review. So I think it's a wonderful insight because some of us we are under the impression, well, we're doctors, so people are going to find us, or even if you take insurances, people will find you in a directory. But whether or not they come to you, because after they see you in the directory, the next thing they're going to do is they're going to Google you, right? And so see what comes up, and then maybe look up your website and look at how your website is. So how what would you say is a percentage of your patients that come to you that actually come from the Google reviews? Like they say, oh, I'm here because of your Google reviews.
I think the majority of our patients actually um, went on Google to read our reviews, even though we market on Facebook and we have a website or a patient being referred by other patients. They still go on Google to research about us before they come in. And even if they didn't intentionally go on Google to research about us, most go on there to look for directions to our practice. So I would say the majority of our patients actually went on Google to read our reviews or to look at or to look for direction to our practice, because these days people are used to reading reviews they buy before they buy products on Amazon. So they do the same with other businesses and services that they seek for.
Yeah, just like anything else, right? Anything that we put out there
Mm-hmm.
on social media, and I was just interviewing Dr. Gerald Morris a little bit earlier in the morning. Google reviews is part of your social media, well, whether you like it or not, right? Depending on how you view that. And I know besides Envision Stars, you also have other products, and I always tell people, well, that Dr. Nathan, he's distracted, right? He's distracted with helping other people. During the pandemic, I know you actually started a whole other company, uh, and so tell us about the other company.
Yeah. So, and to answer your question earlier, the reason I got into other ventures on top of dentistry, because we know that after we do something for a long time, or sometimes we get bored or we get burned out, right? And when we in operatory, the only thing that we can do is treating patients. But when you have time to work on other project or business, then it just feel more motivating, more exciting, and fresh. So during the pandemic, as you know, the government shut most businesses down for 2.5 months, and ours was one of them. And during that time, as most dentists and business owners out there were complaining of gaining weight and didn't have anything to do, I decided to work with a manufacturer approved by the FDA to import level 3 masks to the US to sell to dentists. And the reason we did that because we were having a hard time finding N95 and level 3 masks for our business. And during the time, if you remember, a lot of dental suppliers were charging anywhere from $35 to $75 for a box of level 3 masks. And during that time, most people already low in cash because they couldn't work and they were stressing out about the business. On top of that, they were still having to worry about masks. So I decided to start the dental PPE products company and sell level 3 master dentists. And within 1 week, we sold about 50,000 boxes of level 3 masks at $10.97 instead of $35 to $75 that most dental suppliers were charging. So it's more to supply our dental practice with masks and also to help our colleagues out with the PPE products that they needed to reopen their business.
Yeah, that's great because I remember one of those first week or so, I went and I got 2 boxes of N95 masks. It was from a vendor that was we drove an hour, and I got these 2 little boxes, and then I told my kid, go grab my wallet, right, so I can pay for it, and it was 200 some dollars for the 2 N95 masks, and they were all looking at me, what is wrong with you? Obviously, for an outsider, sometimes people don't understand, right, what we go through. Besides the dental med PPE, I understand that you have also invested to become a speaker. So tell us about that.
Um, I also host a dental business development event to help dentists to learn more about business, to take the business to the next level. I realized that there are a lot of successful dentists out there. So if I were to host an event and bring those speakers like yourself to come and share your knowledge with dentists that want to take their practice to the next level, then I could make a bigger impact on those dentists and their businesses. So I also invest in myself, because you know that there's no better investment than personal development, right? Because once we invest in ourselves, then we can use our skills and talents for the rest of our lives. So I invested in a public speaking course training to become a better speaker and continue to improve myself, to host better events and to share my knowledge and to help business owners and entrepreneurs out there.
Cool. And I think you have an event coming up.
That's right. It will be a super clinical summit where a lot of specialists and extraordinary speakers will come to share their expertise for dentists to improve their clinical skills as well as business skill to grow their business. And it will be on September 10th to 11th in Arlington, Texas. It will be a great event.
Yeah, and do people go to dentalwinwin.com to check on that event?
That's right. If anyone is interested or would like to find out more about the event, you can go on dentalwinwin.com, www.dentalwinwin.com.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm always excited to see younger doctors who are who want to make great impact and who actually take the time, right? Invest in themselves, making sure that they're doing things right, and making sure that they are providing value to the community. So why don't we have you start sharing your presentation and tell us more about your baby and Vision Stars.
Sure, and not only that, but today I would like to share my knowledge on some creative, unique marketing strategies that dentists, medical doctors, chiropractors can use to market for their business without spending more money on marketing. These are the strategies that work for my business and work for other businesses that I coach. So I'm very excited to be here today. Let me share the presentation.
Awesome.
So again, thank you, Dr. Emily Litran, for having me on here today to present and share my knowledge on reputation marketing. I'm very excited to be on here. So that's my family. That's my beautiful wife and two wonderful kids. They're very fun to be around, and they're my motivation to do what I do. And today I will share some secrets to attract more patients and grow your practice without spending more money on marketing. My goal for this presentation is to provide you with some unique marketing knowledge and inspiration. So when you return to your business, you and your team can implement what you learned today to grow your business and achieve even more success. Before I get into my presentation, I'd like to take a few minutes to share with you my stories and my business journey. I grew up in a very poor family in Vietnam, and we were so poor that our house didn't even have electricity or running water. After the Vietnam War, our family lost everything. In 1994, we were fortunate to have had the opportunity to come to this country in the US. And when we first came here, we didn't have any money and we didn't speak any English. So we had to start from scratch. It took a lot of perseverance, and it's a long journey, but we never gave up on our dream. So remember this: wherever you are in your career, whether you want to be happier or you want to achieve even more success, it's never too late. Ray Kroc didn't start McDonald's until he was 52 years old. And Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until he was 65. At the age of 65, Colonel Sanders was driving around the US, all over the country, trying to grow his KFC chain. He was driving all over the US to turn his dream into reality. I'm the first one in my family to have had graduated from college and gone to professional school. And I can tell you that I'm not the smartest person in my family or in any of my classes, but I've always believed that if other people can do it, then I can too. And because of that, I pursue my dream to become a dentist and an entrepreneur. I graduated from Baylor College of Dentistry in 2008. And after graduation, as most of my classmates were looking for a job, I was looking for a practice to buy. So a few months after graduation, I bought a small dental practice in Irving, Texas, with one of my classmates. And a couple months later, we started our second dental practice in a nearby city. We did that because we didn't know what we didn't know. Neither of us knew how to run a dental practice. So we struggled for almost 2 years trying to grow our 2 dental practices. During that time, we were often in debt and broke. Now, how many of you that are watching have been broke before? Been broke sucks, right? Luckily, after the second year, we figured out the marketing strategies for the first practice and started to work with the dental consultants for the second practice. Our businesses went vertical, and we were able to pay off all our debt and became debt-free. During that time, we were making a lot of money, but we were also working 6 days a week and sometimes 10 to 12 hours a day. At that point, I started to experience burnout. So I thought there had to be more out there. After that, I started to get into the technology business. So in 2018, after realizing the importance of online reviews and how reputation marketing could impact a business, I partnered up with a programmer and created a review software called Envision Stars. Our vision was to create a review software to help us and other business owners to simplify the process to generate a lot of authentic online reviews that endorse a business 24/7. That way we wouldn't have to spend a lot of money on marketing, right? Because we know that if we have a great marketing strategy, then we can scale and grow our business and become more successful in our practice. So over time, we also added more features such as referral generation, business texting, and web chat. And now we have businesses from different industries, such as car dealership, daycare centers, plumber, and of course, a lot of dentists using our software as a marketing platform to engage with their customers, not only to communicate with them, but to also generate online reviews and referrals. So after a while, I realized that you don't need to know everything to turn your ideas or vision into reality. The key is you have to work with people that have the skills and talent that complement your skills and talent to turn your vision into reality. Just like in a dental practice or medical practice, right? In order to be successful, you really need to have a great team and system to work with. Bill Walsh once said, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, go with a great team. Write that down. That's the secret formula right there. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, go with a great team. So in this presentation, I will share the secrets to attract more patients and grow your practice without spending more money on marketing. As we know, these days, corporations are growing and penetrating in the dental and medical market at a rapid rate. And most of these corporations have big fundings from private equities. They have a lot of money to spend on marketing to attract patients into their clinics. We know that it's tough for most of us private practice owners to outmarket them, as our pocket is not deep enough. But what we can do is we can outsmart them. We can be more creative with our marketing strategies and the way we treat our patient to generate more referrals. So imagine that the guy on the left is a corporation, and the guy on the small guy on the right is a private practice owner. In order for that small guy to beat the big guy on the left, the small guy really have to be creative and has to be really good at what he does, right? If not, then he wouldn't have any chance beating the big guy. So let's talk about the power of Google reviews. How many of you think Google is a great marketing platform? How many of you would like Google to be your marketing partner and endorse your business 24/7 for free? And how many of you would like to have more quality patients without paying more money on marketing? As practice owners, we all love to have more quality patients and grow a practice, correct? So how many of you think online reviews are important for your business? Write this down. Your online reviews or your online reputation. And having a great online reputation is an effective marketing strategy. Once you have a solid online reputation, especially on Google, it will consistently attract more patients to your business. Study shows that over 90% of consumers read online reviews before they go to a business. And 88% of consumers say they trust online reviews as much as personal recommendation. How many of you read reviews on Amazon when you buy a product? And how many of you actually go to the seller's website to research the company and the product before you buy the product? And most people these days don't even go to the seller's website anymore because they trust the reviews shared by other customers. And that is the power of social proof. Social proof is basically the consumers making a decision based on what other people are doing or saying. For example, when your patients share great things about your practice or business in their reviews, your business is perceived as a trusted business, and the prospect pick you or your business because of that reason. And that's the reason why having a lot of great reviews is very beneficial for your business. One of my friends, Dr. Glenn Vo, did a poll in his Nifty Thrifty Facebook group. And the question was, what marketing technique has worked really well in your practice? And the top two were internal referrals and reviews. And as you know, it doesn't cost anything to generate reviews and referrals, right? But if you were to market on Facebook, Google, website, direct mails, it costs a lot of money. The result from this poll doesn't mean that you shouldn't advertise on Facebook or direct mails. It just means that most dentists are getting a lot of patients or getting the best result from internal referrals and reviews. In 2020, I asked the same questions in one of a big Facebook group. And the question was the same: what marketing technique has worked really well in your practice or business? And the top two choices were the same, except this time online review is on the top. It's number one, and referral is number two. So when was the last time you checked your online reputation? How many of you actually have more reviews than your competitors? Right? We know that most people go online to read reviews, right? So it's important not only just to have more and higher rating reviews than your competitors, but to have better reviews than your competitors as well. Because most people go online not only to look at the number of reviews or the rating, but they also look at, or they also click on the reviews and actually read the reviews, right? So it's important that you focus on the quality of the reviews as well as getting the number of reviews for your business. Now, if your practice or business has lower rating and less reviews than your competitors, then most likely your competitors are attracting some of the potential patients away from your practice. You just don't realize it. Sometimes when I talk to dentists and other business owners out there, and I ask them how many reviews they have, and most of them say a lot. So I said, how many is a lot? And some of them say 200, right? 200 is a lot. It's a big number. Then I ask them, how many do your competitors have? And most of them don't know. Because if you were to have 200 or even 300 reviews on Google, but if your competitors have 500 or 1,000 reviews, so do you think 200 or 300 reviews would be enough? No. If your competitors have 500 reviews, then you should try to get 550 or 600 reviews to be competitive. If not, some of the your potential patients go online and search for dentist or doctor in your town. Most likely they will pick your competitors over you, right? So let's take a look at some business listing real quick. Let's say you were looking for a dermatologist in Arlington, Texas, and this listings show up. Which one would you pick? Number one is UT Southwestern, Fort Worth, has 3.6 star rating, 14 reviews. And number two, Beautiful Skincare by Myra, 13 reviews with 5-star rating. And Metroplex Dermatology, 62 reviews with 4.3 star rating. Which one would you pick? You would pick the one with the highest number of reviews and rating, correct? Most people would choose the one with the highest rating and the most review, and they actually click on those reviews and read them. And sometimes I see business owners with 3 point, with a bad rating, under 4-star rating, or even under 3-star rating, and they would pay Google so their business would appear toward the top. It's a bad idea. It's a bad investment. How many of you think it's a good idea to advertise your bad reputation? It's a bad idea, right? So if you were to have bad reviews or lower reviews than your competitors, don't pay Google for Google to show your review on the top. It's a bad idea. What you should do is try to get more reviews to raise the rating up, and then you can pay Google to so your listing would appear on the top. But when you have more reviews with a lot of writing in those reviews, then most likely it will help with the SEO, and your listing would appear toward the top. Now let's look at another business listing. If you were to look for an orthodontist in Mansfield, Texas, imagine that one of these is your business, okay? So if a potential patient, or if you were to look for an orthodontist in Mansfield, Texas, which one from this list would you pick, right? Most of them have pretty good rating with a lot of reviews, like number 2 and number 3, right? 374 reviews with 4.9 star rating. And number 3 has 447 reviews with 5-star rating. Most people would click on both of them, or even the 4th one there, and they would try to read the reviews and make the decision after that. And here's another business listing. If you were to look for a dentist a cosmetic dentist in Roanoke, Texas, which one from this list would you pick? And this is my dental office, Affinity Smiles Dental, number 1. We currently have 500, close to 600 reviews. So this is an old slide, but we have 525 Google reviews with 4.9 star rating. And our competitors has 22 reviews with 4-star rating, and 130 reviews with 4.5 star rating. If you were a patient, which one would you pick? You probably would click on Affinity Smile Dental and try to read a review, right? And as you can see from the listing, we appear on the top, but we're not paying Google at all. So that's basically free marketing for our business. And that's the reason why it's important to have a lot of reviews and also great reviews. Now, let's go over ways to get excellent reviews, because we know that not every review is the same, right? The number 1 is to make sure you focus on your patient experience. We know that most patients, when we tell them about their conditions, most of them won't remember, but they will remember the experience that they had at your practice. So when they come in, make sure you provide great customer service, make sure you bond with them, and then build great relationship. And if you were a dentist, make sure you perform painless injection, because we know that every dentist can do fillings, root canal, crowns, but when patients come in, they don't have the knowledge to judge the quality of our work. But what they can judge is the experience. What they can judge is the relationship that you created while they're at the practice. And if you were a dentist and you perform painless injection, then they will remember that. Now, this is a video that, speaking of painless injection, I'd like to show all of you this video, but let me turn on the sound real quick. Let me share the screen again and turn on the sound.
Yeah. Oh, ini apa?
Apa itu?
Itu masih swabnya loh.
Ini biutnya ini, Pak.
Terus ya biar nggak kerasa, makanya nengoknya ke sana. Ih, Bando.
Oh, kaki kamu ada pakai swab tuh. Ada tono.
Oh, terus. Duh.
Udah kayak ngomong diapa kayak mau dipotong.
Coba hadap sini, Pak. Ya, gitu aja ya.
Jangan bengkok gini, nanti jatuh ke ini bengkok. Jarumnya. Nengok sana. Nah.
Yang ditarik, kita dulu.
Eh. Jangan apa? Jangan goyang. Jangan goyang.
That's my favorite video right there. So if you were a dentist or even medical doctor that provide injection, make sure you focus on providing painless injection, because if you can provide painless injection, then your patient will write reviews and also refer other patients to your practice. In my practice, whenever I provide painless injection and my patient compliment me and say something like, "Oh, that was the best experience ever," or the best painless, the most painless shot ever, then I would say something like, "Oh, thank you. You know, we would love it if you would refer other patients or family members to our practice. We take great care of our patients here, and just basically use the opportunity to ask for reviews and referral." Now, over time, I realized that even though we spend money to market on social media, direct mails, or we get referrals from our existing patients, or we market online, such as website, or we appear on the insurance list. But most people still go on Google to read our reviews, to research about a business before they come in. And even if they didn't intentionally go on Google to read reviews or research about a business before they come in, they still go on Google to look for directions, right? These days, whenever you ask Siri for direction or ask Siri to find your business, Siri sometimes even tell you how many reviews a business has. So it's important to have a great online reputation. And the best way to have a great online reputation is to have the best reviews with the highest rating and more reviews than your competitors. In my practice, I track all our marketing campaigns, and this is the result that we got in 3 months. In 3 months, Google generated about 426 phone calls. A website generated 102 phone calls, and Ad Pages, which is a magazine, generated 19 phone calls, and Countdown Door Hangers generated 16 phone calls. And as you know, it doesn't cost anything for us to get a lot of reviews on Google. But in order to have a great website and send out a lot of direct mails, it costs a lot of money. But from this tracker, it shows that Google generated the most phone calls, even though we didn't spend any money on Google at all. Now, we know that not every 5-star review is the same, right? If you were to have a lot of reviews like these, with 5 stars rating, with no comments or with general comments, the impact is very minimal compared to reviews that have stories and experience shared by your patients. Now, these are some of the great reviews that our practice received from our patients. When your patient mentions your business name, your name, or the product or services that you offer, those keywords actually help with the SEO. How many of you would like to improve your SEO or to have your business appear toward the top of Google without paying an SEO company? We know that SEO service costs a lot of money, right? So when you have a lot of reviews with a lot of keywords shared by your patients about your products and services, then those keywords will help with the SEO. Now, if you were to have a great authentic review like the one on the right and 5 or 6 reviews on the left, which one would you pick? Most of us would pick the great review on the right, right? Because This is the kind of review that actually endorse our business on Google 24/7 for free. And there isn't a better marketing strategies than having your own patient to write you great reviews to endorse your business. Now, here's another great review that our business just received from one of our patients. So let's dissect this review real quick, okay? My son had teeth extracted by Dr. Ho, and he said it was the best experience ever from any dentist. So the patient mentioned about the experience and compare us with other dentists. His assistant, Trish, was absolutely amazing. She too was gentle, thorough, professional, knowledgeable, and kind. So she mentioned about a team. So we know that it's not just us that our patient like, right? It's most of the time it's actually our team members. Started the amazing experience. Dr. Ho was so good. My son asked if he has started yet. Dr. Ho told him he was almost done. Never felt the numbing. See, patient mentioned about the numbing process. So it's important to provide a painless injection. The extraction was very little discomfort in the few days since. And yes, he came from 5 hours away to come to Affinity because his sister told him that what an amazing dental practice Affinity Smiles is. She was definitely spot on. If you have a choice, this should be it. So the patient mentioned that he drove 5 hours away and mentioned that his sister told him that our dental practice is amazing. That's social proof, right? Social proof is basically, like I said earlier, what patient do or the decision that they make based on what other people are doing or saying. So it's important to have social proof. And the last part is the endorsement or the recommendation. If you have a choice, this should be it, right? So this is the type of review that we all should strive to get because it's very effective in endorsing our business without us paying more money on marketing. Now here here's one of our patients, the form that our patient filled out. This patient was looking for a dentist for a smile makeover, basically to improve his smile. And he went on Google to research the dentists in town, and he actually picked our practice because of our Google reviews. So when he came in, he marked Google as the referring source, and he actually accepted a $7,000 treatment plan, and we didn't have to convince him much for him to accept that treatment plan. How many of you would like your patient to accept a big treatment plan and refer everyone they know to your practice? Would be all of you, right? So having those reviews that actually endorse your business is very important, because most patients, when they come in, especially after they read your reviews already, then most of them would already trust and like you before you even met them. Now here's another patient that saw one of our posts on Facebook, he went on Google to read our reviews, to research about our business. And if you look at the interest list, he actually checked implant, cosmetic consultation, and we form a treatment plan. And I think the treatment plan costs about $15,000, and he also accepted that treatment plan. It's simply because of the social proof that we created, or the social proof created by our reviews online. And that's the post that the patient saw on Facebook. We did a smile makeover for a deserving mom in our town, and we used her case to post on Facebook. And look at the result. We had the post had 32.6 thousand views, 24 shares, 188 comments, and 221 likes and heart. So those are very good engagement. So this is a video that we posted on Facebook. You ready?
I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Doesn't even look like me. You look so beautiful.
Oh.
look so good and so natural.
That's right.
See? You look so pretty.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
You're welcome.
we're so glad we could do that for you, Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So happy for you. Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Now you can go out there and smile big
Definitely will.
every single day.
Definitely will.
Yeah.
And we'll be here. If you need anything else, let us know.
Definitely.
And we still need to see you back for the post off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah, it
really
looks
nice.
really
Yeah,
good,
They look
really
very
good.
I love
natural.
it. I
Mhm.
love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's the before and after pictures that we also post on Facebook. And if you notice for the text, for the comments that we posted, we didn't mention anything about or contact informations or any kind of marketing messages at all. We just basically said we have completed Morgan's Smile Makeover here, and here's the result. Morgan has a beautiful smile now, and from now on, Morgan can actually smile with confidence. So this post and the video are just to get people to watch or to see the post to learn about her story. And for the third post, we actually created an ad to target the people that watched the videos and saw the second post, right? And the third ad, we actually put in a call to action message, and the message says complimentary consultation for smile makeover, implants, and braces. And from this ad, we actually generated a couple more smile makeovers that actually pay, and also a lot of new patients. So this is the type of marketing that I was talking about for private practice owner to do to really compete with the corporations out there, because we know that our pocket is not as deep to really outmarket them, but we can be more creative and outsmart the marketing strategy. Okay, and it's very possible. Now this is one of our competitors. They actually spent a lot of money to advertise on Facebook, and from this ad, it has 103,000 views. And if you look on the left, they only have about 10 engagement, right? If you can see that happy face next to the message, invest in your smile today, and one of the angry face on the bottom next to number 10. So people don't like ad these days, right? When they see an ad, they tend to skip it. But if you can share your story and messages that people interested in looking at, or interesting videos that people want to watch, then try to get a lot of views from those posts or videos. And after that, you can try to create an ad to target the people that view those videos or saw your message that has some kind of stories in it. Because after they watch your video or the message, then they already know about your practice. So it's easy for them to engage and believe your ad that you actually pay Facebook for. Now, so is having 300 Google reviews enough? Well, that depends, because if your competitors were to have 500 or 1,000 reviews, then you need to have more reviews than them in order to stay competitive. After you get more reviews than your competitors, you should also try to focus on getting better reviews than your competitors. This is one of our clients. It's Vandergrift Acura. They actually had over 1,500 Google reviews, but they still use our software to generate more reviews. That way their competitors won't be able to catch up. Now let's talk about ways to dominate your market through online reviews. Let's review what we just talked about. One is to have more reviews than your competitors, because when you have more reviews than your competitors, then most likely your listing will appear toward the top, and most likely the potential patients will click on your business listing. The second is to have better reviews than your competitors, because we know that people go online to read reviews and not just to look at the number of reviews or the rating, right? So remember that the number of reviews and rating will attract them to click on your business listing, and the quality of the reviews that get them to pick your business over your competitors. And after you have more and better reviews than your competitors, you should try to leverage your reviews and post them on social media, direct mails, to let other potential patients out there know that you have a lot of satisfied patients. And it's also to lead them to Google to read the reviews as well, because, you know, especially when you have great reviews, then it's a good idea to get them to actually read the reviews, because those reviews will endorse your business for you. Now, there are 3 ways to systematically acquire reviews. One is automation using a software. With this method, you basically use the software to send out a text to all the patients that come in. The challenge with this first technique is that you treat it like a survey, which means that you have to send out hundreds of texts in order to get a few reviews. For example, if you were to send out 100 texts, you might be able to get five reviews or 10 reviews. The issue with that is you get 10 reviews, but you also irritate the other 90% that didn't want to write a review, right? And we know that if you treat it like a survey process, and most patients won't write the reviews, and some of them would hate it and delete the text. Second is manual process without using a review software. The challenge with this strategy is that it's hard for patients to actually get to the Google page to write the review. So you would have to guide them to go on Google, search for your business name, click on the word review, put in the 5 stars, and type in the comments. It's very hard. We know that if our patients have to go over any hurdles at all, then most likely they won't write their reviews. Third is the manual process using a software. With this strategy, you actually use a software to only send out the review text for your patients to write reviews. So you identify the patient that satisfied with your service, or the patient that compliment you or your team, and you or your team ask for a review. Then you basically use the software to send out the text to those patients only. A good thing about this strategy is that when you send out the text to the patient that actually is satisfied with your service and business, then most likely you will get a review from them, and the review usually well authentic and well written, that actually have stories and experience that's shared by your patients. Now, when you ask your patient to write their reviews, make sure you also ask them to share their stories and experience about your business or your team, because we know that when you have great reviews, those reviews are basically endorsements for your business, and having great endorsements is very effective in attracting quality patient to your practice. And this is how we do it in our practice. We use Envision Stars to send out the review text to patients that promise that they would write a review for us, or we identify a satisfied patient and we send them a text. And the message is very personalized, because we don't want to treat it like a survey process. So we would say, hello, Nathan, or hello, Jennifer. This is Dr. Ho, your dentist from Affinity Smile Dental. So we basically identify the patient's name, the sender's name, the title, and the business name. Because if I were to ask my patient to write a review and the patient promised me that they would, then when they see my name, then most likely they will write the review. And the second sentence say, did you have a good experience today? Please click on the link below to let us know. And you can change this verbiage in the software. And so when they click on the link below, it takes them to this landing page. It says, hello, thank you, Nathan, or thank you, Jennifer. We value your opinion. Would you kindly write us a review or leave us a suggestion? And it gives them the option to write a review on Google or recommend us on Facebook, Nextdoor, or leave a suggestion for us to improve. Nextdoor is huge. Nextdoor, it's just like Facebook, but it's for the neighborhood to recommend businesses in their neighborhood, or the neighbors just go on there to talk about things that going on in their neighborhood. So this is the actual process. We sent this patient a text message. Let's watch it. The patient clicked on the link. It took her to the landing page, and she decided to click on Google to write as a review. And the software just took her straight to a Google listing for her to put in the stars and type in her review. It's as simple as that. It takes less than 5 seconds for them to do it. And this is the result from our Nextdoor account. Our patients sometimes do go on Nextdoor to write their reviews on there or to recommend a business on there. So if you haven't signed up or registered for Nextdoor, I highly recommend you or have your team sign your business up, because it's basically free and it's very effective in attracting quality patients to your practice. Because these days, before anyone pick a business, they usually either go on Facebook, Google to read the reviews, or Nextdoor to ask for recommendations from their neighbors or friends. So these are some of the recommendations that our business got from Nextdoor. This one say best, friendliest staff ever. They always make double sure you're comfortable and do excellent dentistry. I've quite a bit done, so I know. So, you know, these are basically endorsement online for a business that we didn't pay anything for. It's very effective. Now let's talk about referrals. If you remember from this poll, internal referrals was on top of this list, right? And it doesn't cost anything to get reviews, and it usually doesn't cost anything to generate referrals. When you take great care of your patients and your patients have great experience, you don't really need to incentivize your patients to write reviews or referrals at all. The matter of fact it's prohibited by Google to incentivize patients to write reviews. So make sure you don't do that, right? Just focus on the patient experience and bond with your patient, and you will get referrals and more reviews for your business. Now, we have a proven systematic way to generate referrals for your business. We all know to ask our patient for referrals, but when we ask our patients, it's based for referrals. It's basically a passive process, which means that when we ask our patient, we just hope that they would go out there and tell their friends and family members about our practice. And most of them sometimes do it and sometimes don't. All right. So, but referral is the best and least expensive way you can grow your business. Now, you can turn the passive process into an active process by utilizing a system, right? And I will share with you the system that I created. I'm sure there are referral system out there, but in VisionStars, we also created a referral system to generate more patients to our practice, and our customers also love using this feature. So in our practice, we are just like the review process. We send some of our patients a referral text that say, hello, Jennifer, this is Dr. Ho, your dentist from Affinity Smile Dental. Thank you so much for your support and trust in our business. Would you recommend us to a friend or family member? Please click on the link below. And when they click on the link on the bottom on the text app, it takes them to this landing page. Your referral is very much appreciated. How would you like to recommend us to your friend or family member? And they have the option to share on Facebook, Nextdoor, text message, or email. When they click on Facebook or text message, a software pre-populate the verbiage and your business information for them to share. And it's important to do that because we know that most patients, they either don't know what to write or they don't remember your business information to share with their friends and family members, right? So a software basically simplify the process for them to do it. So this is the actual process. We use the VisionStars software to send a patient a text, and let's take a look. So the patient received a text. She clicked on the link, it took her to the landing page, and she decided to share via text message. And the software pre-populate the verbiage and the business information for her to share. And the verbiage basically say, I had a great experience at Affinity Smile Dental, and I just want to share the contact information just in case you ever need a service. It's as simple as that. It took her about 20 seconds to endorse us to her friend on her phone. Now, this is another patient that we sent the referral text message to, and she clicked on that and she decided to share on Facebook, right? And when she clicked on Facebook, it tapped into her Facebook feed, and we pre-populate the verbiage and the business information for her to share. And she just hit post. It also took her about 20 seconds. And your patient can actually add more comments, or they can actually delete the pre-populated verbiage and type in their own as well. Now, in order to get a great result, you must create a referral culture, same with review culture, which means that whenever your patients are satisfied or compliment you on something during the appointment, then your team should know to ask for referrals or reviews. And you have a great patient, a raving fan, and you can also ask for both referrals and reviews. And it's helpful to use a proven system to simplify the process and track the result, because we know that most of our patients, even though they promise to write us a review, but when they get home, most of them won't do it. Most of them won't do it. One time I sent out over 500 emails to 500 satisfied patients, and we got 0 review from that campaign. And that's the reason why I created Envision Stars, to simplify the process and to help business owners get better result with referrals and reviews generation. That's it for my presentation. I'm a dentist, a business owner myself. I know how hard it is to be a practice owner, especially these days with all the corporation penetrating into our market. Most of them have a lot of money from equities, private equities. But I firmly believe that if we have a great team, great systems, and great marketing strategies in place, then we will be successful and we will be able to compete with other corporations out there. Thank you so much for your time. Now I'm open to answer any questions you have. And if any of you would like to get in touch with me, you can email me at nathanho@envisionstars.com, or you can call me on my cell phone, which is 817-677-9155, 817-677-9155. And if you would like to learn more about Envision Stars to generate more reviews and referrals for your business, you can visit www.envisionstars.com. With Envision Stars, you can also use it to send and receive text message with your patient as well, because these days we know that texting is more effective than calling, because when people are at work, most likely they won't answer their phones, but if you were to text them, then they would see the text message. So I'm done with my presentation. Now I'm open for questions. Dr. Emily Lee Tran.
Hey, that was a great presentation. So as you know, I like to ask the difficult questions, as always.
Love difficult
if someone, yeah. So if someone already has a contract or already using another system, another company to get reviews, I know you have a great system and you have great results, and besides getting the endorsement from me, right? Because I use your system. But if somebody is wondering, well, I have, and I don't want to name any companies, but I have this company or that company, why should I switch to Envision Stars? What would be your answer without knowing the process that the other company offer? What would be your elevator pitch?
I would tell them that when they use a system to generate reviews and referrals, they will get great reviews that actually endorse the business, and not just reviews with 5 stars with no comments or general comments that no one care for, right? Now, having a lot of reviews is important, but the quality of the review is more important. In our practice, we receive so many patients that wanted to come in for a small makeover and pay us a lot of money only because they read the reviews that other patients share about our business. So when when business owners sign up with us, most likely they will get better reviews that will endorse the business and to attract more patients or customers into the business without having to pay more money on marketing. And not a lot of software out there has the referral feature. And the third thing that a lot of our customers love about our software is that we have review generation, referral generation, business texting that business owner can use a computer to send and receive text messages, web chat for only $127 a month, right? Acura Car Dealership is a $1 billion company. They were researching another company out there, but they actually picked us to use in the business to generate more reviews and referrals for their car dealership.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they didn't pick you because of your price. They picked you because of the results and the positioning that you have.
That's right. And
yeah.
The matter of fact, they hire me to train the sales team. Okay, they hire a dentist to come and train the sales team. So I was very excited about that.
Yeah, I mean that's and just to sidetrack a little bit, that all has to do with marketing, because I'm trying to think of the word, the size of the sale, right? The dollar value of what you're presenting is compatible with some of their sales. So for example, if you're going to sell a $30,000 treatment plan and Acura is selling, I don't know how much is the Acura car, but let's just say it's $50,000. Those are compatible numbers. So it's not so much the number, it's really is how are you presenting and selling that value, right? So when you have comparable value like that, then the training makes sense. But congratulations on lending that. The second question I have, and I'm sure this is a question that a lot of doctors tend to complain about, or some of the concerns is, yeah, you know what, we're very busy. I understand it's only going to take 30 seconds. How do you recommend that the doctors or any business owners delegate this task to the staff? Because obviously you know, for somebody like you just deliver a smile makeover, yes, you will stay there and take the time to get that review, right? Or do that video. But let's say you just deliver a crown and you're in and out in 15 minutes, right? Or maybe you just did a checkup for a patient, like a recall checkup. So maybe you spent 5 minutes with the patient, but you know that the patient has been there for many, many years. So in my case, sometimes, you know, patients have been there for more than 20 years. And let's say I want to appreciate the patient and I say, thank you for coming here, but I may not want to stay there and say, can you write a review for us? Because obviously we're doing something right. So I want to delegate that to my staff. How would you recommend doing that?
It's very simple. First, you have to train your team member to help you build your online reputation. In business reputation is everything. And most business owners, what they don't focus on is actually building their reputation. So they would spend thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing that and don't get the ROI that they deserve. So over time, they're just wasting a lot of money on marketing. And when they get reviews, you know, some of them don't get great reviews. Sometimes they even get bad reviews. So first the doctor should train the team, the importance of online reputation, and just simply show them how the process works, right? So when a patient compliment something about the team or the doctor, or when you identify the patient is happy, just simply ask for a review, and it takes like 5 seconds, right? We would love for you to write us a review to share your experience with us. And the key is you ask them to share their experience and not just ask for a review. And say that we send you a text, and then just take 10 seconds to send a text. Sometimes business owner think that, okay, it takes 30 seconds, right? But that when you spend 30 seconds, you get great reviews that actually endorse your business 24/7. It's totally worth it. The other option is to send out hundred of texts and expect to get 5 reviews. So you just randomly, you treat the process like a survey process, and you just randomly, you play with it by the numbers. And the challenge with that is that if you go with that route, then sometimes you get bad reviews as well, and the reviews that you get usually are not as good in endorsing your business. So that's the reason why we have a lot of great patients that pick us because of our reviews on Google, because those reviews actually endorse my practice and myself. The other day, the matter of fact, we had a patient came in for a smile makeover consultation, and I didn't go in the community or go out there and say, hey, hi, I'm doing a smile makeover, right? It's just that other patient endorse us and the message is out there. So we attract the right type of patient to our practice. So if you want quality patient to your practice, you want to take your practice to the next level without having to work too hard, build a great reputation online to attract the right type of patients.
Yeah. So on that same thought, if you know that you want to do certain procedures, right? So like in your case, you're trying to grow with smile makeover. Another person may want to grow with clear aligners. Our colleagues, the optometrists, they may want to attract patients who are coming in and do an extensive exam, but ultimately just buy the high-end, glass frames, right? Like the one that costs $1,000, $2,000 versus the $200 kind of pair of glasses. So the key is to understand what you want, right? And then you target those right people, right? The right patients or clients into your business. And then you deliver great service. And then you ask those same people to give you the review that will bring in more of, the same type of clientele.
That's right. When you have reviews that have stories and experience shared by your patient, those are powerful. Most people won't remember what we tell them, won't remember what they read, but they will remember the story. Yeah. So when you have great reviews with great stories and experiences shared by your patients, then your competitors won't be able to compete with you, right? If you worry about a corporation taking over and outmarket you, when you have a great reputation in the community and also online, then your business will remain very competitive in your market. So spend some time, take some effort in building your reputation, and we built the software to simplify the process for business owners to get great result. The other thing that I talk about during the presentation is that it's important to try to generate referrals as well, right? It doesn't cost anything, and with our software, we basically turn the passive referral process into an active process at a larger scale. So instead of relying a patient to tell 1 or 2 persons, we use a software to get them to share on Facebook, on Nextdoor, or through the text message or email to hundreds of thousands of people to generate referral for your business. And remember, these referrals and reviews, if you can generate them, they don't cost your business anything. So I'm very good with those strategies. So if any of you guys would like to talk to me or to see how the software works in detail, you can contact me by emailing me at nathanho@envisionstars.com or go on www.envisionstars.com and you can contact us from there.
Yeah, well, that's awesome share today, and I greatly appreciate you taking out the time in your busy schedule to share with us all of those insights. I think you should add a tagline to your presentation: the art of storytelling. That just so that it would. So it's not just reputation; it's the art of storytelling. So thank you so much, Dr. Nathan, and thank you everyone for joining us today. And we hope you're going to join us in an upcoming part of that. And please reach out to Dr. Nathan Ho and check out his system. Just schedule a demonstration with him. I am one of his clients, and I support him, and I support everything he does to create impact in our community. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of the weekend.
Thank you, Dr. Emily Tran, for having me on here to share my knowledge and some strategies I have with your audience. You're a true leader. You are my role model, and thank you for all you do for our dental community. And thank you for speaking at the last Dental Win-Win Summit as well. Our audience loved your presentation. It was very impactful.
Thank you so much. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.